Good morning, children. Welcome back to our English class. How are you all? Hope you all are fit and fine. I think you are not taking your online classes seriously. Children, make use of your online classes seriously because we don't have another option to cover our syllabus in this negative situation. And I think it will be useful to you to maintain your study, your flow of study also. Okay, so let's begin. Before getting into our lesson, I'll give you a short summary of the portion that I taught you in the last class. So let's start. A Time for Surgery, written by James Herriot. A Time for Surgery, written by James Herriot, is the story of a small dog named Tricky. Tricky is pampered and overfed by his rich mistress, Mrs. Pumphrey. Mrs. Pumphrey, she loves her dog a lot and is unable to refuse him anything he wants. Tricky is fond of eating cream cakes and chocolates. So, one day, when Mrs. Pumphrey is out with Tricky for a walk, the narrator sees them and stops to talk. While talking to Mrs. Pumphrey, Dr. Herriot realizes that she has been overfeeding Tricky. Tricky looks like a bloated sausage. Within a few days, Mrs. Pumphrey has to call the doctor because Tricky is not eating anything at all, not even his favorite dishes, and is vomiting frequently. Mr. Herriot decides to take him to his surgery for a fortnight. As he moves off, everybody was in tears. Mrs. Pumphrey gives a desperate cry. Okay, so let's see how did he treat the dog. First of all, Dr. Herriot decided to cut down Tricky's food and make him exercise. For the first 2 days, he did not give him food, but plenty of water. No medicines at all. On the third day, Tricky got interested to follow the other dogs down the garden. Okay, so let's move on to a new portion. When they had finished, Tricky took a walk around the shining bowls, licking casually inside one or two of them. Next day, an extra bowl was put for him. Next day, an extra bowl was put out for him, and I was pleased to see him jostling his way towards it. From then on, his progress was rapid. He had no medicinal treatment of any kind, but all day he ran about with the dogs, joining in their friendly scrimmages. He discovered the joys of being bowled over, tramped on, and squashed every few minutes. He became an accepted member of the gang, an unlikely, silky little object among the shaggy crew, fighting like a tiger for his share at meal times, and hunting rats in the old hen house at night. He had never had such a time in his life. So, listen, children. When everybody finished their food, everybody means the other dogs. When everybody finished their food, Tricky took a walk round the shining bowls and also licked a few bowls. The very next day, an extra bowl was put for him, and the narrator was happy to see him jostling his way towards it. Jostling means pushing, but here, running towards the bowl. The narrator was happy to see him running towards the bowl. His progress was really quick. He did not require any medicines. He started playing with the other dogs, joining in their friendly scrimmages. He became an accepted member of the gang, even if he was very different from others. He started playing with the other dogs, joining in their scrimmages, joining in their friendly fight. That means he became an accepted member of the gang even if he was very different from others. He also started to fight for his meals with his fellow dogs. At night, he would also hunt rats in the older hen. He had never had such a time in his life. All the while, Mrs. Pumphrey hovered anxiously in the background, ringing a dozen times a day for the latest bulletins. I dodged the questions about whether his cushions were being turned regularly or his correct cord worn according to the weather. But I was able to tell her that the little fellow was out of danger and convalescing rapidly. Convalescing rapidly. The word convalescing may seemed to do something to Mrs. Pumphrey. She started to bring round fresh eggs, 2 dozen at a time, to build up Tricky's strength. For a happy period, my partners and I had 2 eggs each for breakfast. But when the bottles of wine began to arrive, the real possibilities of the situation began to dawn on the household. It was to enrich Tricky's blood. Lunch became a ceremonial occasion with 2 glasses of wine before and several during the meal. Okay, children, let's see the explanation. In the meanwhile, Mrs. Pumphrey used to call more than 12 times a day to enquire about Tricky. Mrs. Pumphrey, she was very anxious. So, she called the doctor a dozen times a day for the latest bulletins. What's the meaning of bulletins, children? Bulletins means information or news. Did you get the sentence? Mrs. Pumphrey used to call more than 12 times a day to enquire about Tricky. Mr. Harriet dodged the questions about the cards, birds, etc. Dodge means avoided by trick. Mr. Harriet avoided the questions about whether his cushions were being turned regularly or his correct cord worn according to the weather. But he was able to tell her that the little fellow was out of danger and convalescing rapidly. Convalescing means recovering rapidly. He is getting better. By hearing this, Mrs. Pumphrey started sending 2 dozen eggs at a time to build up Tricky's strength. Mr. Harriet and his partners started to have 2 eggs each for breakfast. Why, children? Because Dr. Harriet knew very well that Tricky didn't want anything like this at this time. Then, when the bottles of wine began to arrive to enrich Tricky's blood, it became the habit of Mr. Harriet to have 2 glasses of wine before and several glasses during the meal. So he and his partners started the habit of drinking wine before and during the meal time. Several glasses of wine before and several glasses during the meal time also. So next, Mrs. Pumphrey started sending brandy. We could hardly believe when the brandy came to put a final edge on Tricky's constitution. For a few nights, the fine spirit was rolled around, inhaled, and reverently drunk. So Mrs. Pumphrey started sending brandy. At that time, Mr. Harriet and his partners, they couldn't believe that Mrs. Pumphrey actually wanted them to give the brandy to Tricky. So what did they do with it? They shared it among themselves. There were days of deep content, starting well with the extra egg in the morning, improved and sustained by the midday wine, and finishing luxuriously round the fire with the brandy. So, they shared it among themselves. Who shared it among themselves? Dr. Harriet and his partners. Days of deep content. Dr. Harriet felt very happy as he would start his day with the extra eggs, then a few glasses of wine during midday meal, and then he ends the day luxuriously round the fire with the brandy, finishing luxuriously round the fire with brandy. It was a temptation to keep Tricky on as a permanent guest, But I knew Mrs. Pumphrey was suffering, and after a fortnight felt compelled to phone and tell her that the little dog had recovered and was waiting collection. Now, what's the condition of Mr. Harriet, children? Mr. Harriet was really tempted to keep Tricky as a permanent guest at the surgery. What's the reason, children? Because of these things, eggs, wine, brandy, all these things came regularly. So Mr. Harriet was really tempted to keep Tricky as a permanent guest at the surgery. But he realized that Mrs. Pumphrey, actually she was like a mother to Tricky. She was really suffering, really wanted Tricky to come back soon. So after a fortnight, Mr. Harriet phoned her that the little dog had recovered and was waiting collection. Okay, children, move to the next part. Within minutes, about 30 feet of gleaming black metal drew up outside the surgery. The chauffeur opened the door, and I could just make out the figure of Mrs. Pumphrey almost lost in the interior. Her hands were tightly clasped in front of her. Her lips trembled. "Oh, Mr. Harriet, do tell me the truth. Is he really better?" "Yes, he is fine. There is no need for you to get out of the car. I'll go and fetch him." I walked through the house into the garden. A mass of dogs was hurtling round and round the lawn, and in their midst, ears flapping, tail waving, was the little golden figure of Tricky. In 2 weeks, he had been transformed into a lithe, hard-muzzled animal. He was keeping up well with the pack, stretching out in great bounds, his chest almost brushing the ground. I carried him back along the passage to the front of the house. The chauffeur, not chauffeur, children, the chauffeur. The chauffeur was still holding the car door open, and when Tricky saw his mistress, he took off from my arms in a tremendous leap and sailed into Mrs. Pumphrey's lap. Okay. Within a few minutes, a long black car, a 30 feet gleaming black metal means black car. So within a few minutes, a long black car came outside. The chauffeur opened the door, and I could just make out the figure of Mrs. Pumphrey almost lost in the interior. Chauffeur means a person employed to drive a private or hired car. I could just make out the figure of Mrs. Pumphrey almost lost in the interior. Have you seen that sentence, children? Did you get the meaning of that sentence? Yes, Dr. Harriet could see Mrs. Pumphrey. She was sitting inside the car, really nervous as well as excited. So she was so excited, she was so nervous to see the dog. Then she asked, "Oh, Mr. Harriet, tell me the truth. Is he really better?" He replied, "Yes, he is fine. There is no need for you to get out of the car. I'll go and fetch him." Then Mr. Harriet walked through the house into the garden. So there, he saw all the dogs moving around the garden, and Tricky was sitting between them. So he surprised, in 2 weeks, he had been transformed into a lithe, hard-muzzled, not lazy children, lithe, hard-muzzled animal. Lithe means thin, good-looking, graceful, flexible. So he wondered, within 2 weeks, Tricky had been transformed into a lithe, hard-muzzled animal. So Mr. Harriet took him to the front of the house. When Tricky saw his mistress, he ran and jumped into the lap of Mrs. Pumphrey and started licking her face and barking in excitement. She gave a startled "ooh" when they had to defend herself as he swan over her, licking her face and barking. So when he saw his mistress, what did he do, children? He ran towards her and jumped into the lap of Mrs. Pumphrey and started licking her face and barking in excitement. During the excitement, I helped the chauffeur to bring out the beds, toys, cushions, cots and bowls, none of which had been used. As the car moved away, Mrs. Pumphrey leaned out of the window. Tears shone in her eyes. Her lips trembled. "Oh, Mr. Harriet," she cried, "how can I ever thank you? This is a triumph for surgery." Okay, while all these things happening, Dr. Harriet helped the chauffeur to bring out the birds' toys, cushions, and bowls, none of which had been used in these days. As the car started, with tears of joy, Mrs. Pumphrey said, "Oh, Mr. Harriet, how can I thank you? This is a triumph for surgery." Triumph means victory or success. So the treatment that was given to Tricky had been successful. She was very thankful to Dr. Harriet. So here comes an end of our lesson, children. Hope you understood the lesson. Read the lesson. Copy down the notes in your notebook. Thank you.